Good afternoon, everyone. We have Cracker Barrel today. They're getting some heat. So what's going on? Rebranding backlash. So everyone's hating the new logo. They're pretty much taking out the old country store look. So this is the new Cracker Barrel logo. Cracker Barrel changed its logo and some customers are very unhappy. So the logo hasn't been changed since 1977. They're taking out Uncle Herschel, also known as the old timer. This was meant to be nostalgic, but not corny, according to Cracker Barrel. They're finally changing it in 2025, and everyone is saying they went woke. And if you go woke, you go broke. Cracker Barrel loses almost $200 million in value. Uncle Herschel is gone. Uncle Herschel is gone, guys. I mean, like, look at these. Look at that picture. The company has actually already been declining for some time now. So we'll go over some of the fundamentals today. But right now, all the news channels are just talking about the new logo. This is all pretty much emotionally driven. Let's go ahead and pull up that stock. So currently selling at, oh wow. So currently selling at a $1.2 billion valuation, $54. For the past year, the stock has actually gone up. It's up about 50%. And so they still pay a dividend, a 1.84% dividend. Is this a buying opportunity to buy the stock on the low? And is Cracker Barrel undervalued? Or have they just been declining for the past couple years? Take a look at the max chart. All-time highs range between 2019 and 2021 levels. Now we are currently selling at the same price it was selling at in 2012. 2011, 2012, it was hovering around the $50 range. Like, look at this. Just look at that chart. Old logo, new logo. What they talked about was they're trying to evolve the brand across all touch points. Starting with the logo, they are going to start changing their advertisement. They will start changing how the interior of the store starts looking. Let's go ahead and pull up the fundamentals real quick to see what's actually going on with the company and see if we could actually take advantage of this emotional market right now. We have the latest Q3 2025 earnings. So the total revenue top line growth has been pretty non-existent. For the past year, there's been no growth. Latest quarter, they posted 821 million versus 817 million. That is only up 0.48% year over year. So pretty much flat. And then the past 3 quarters before that have just been, we haven't really seen any growth. We haven't really seen any growth. They're just in limbo right now. They actually posted really good earnings per share. They posted 56 cents versus negative 41 cents. That is up 236% year over year. According to the transcript, comparable store restaurant sales for the 4th consecutive quarters have gone up year over year. Profit margins coming in at 32%. So that's been pretty stable. So we've actually seen no consistency in the free cash flow per share and cash flow from operations. We've seen huge declines on the latest quarter. 23 million from cash flow from operations versus 37.6. That is down 38% year over year. And of course, posting negative 61 cents on free cash flow per share versus positive 37 cents. That is down 264%. This is not looking good for Cracker Barrel. Just from the data we have, they have deteriorating cash flows. Total revenue has been flat. Earnings per share, we saw a surprise jump. But lastly, guys, we have net income. Check out these numbers. They posted 12.6 million versus negative 9.2 million on the third quarter of 2025. That is up over 236% year over year. But for the past 2 to 3 years, net income has been declining. So we have a deterioration. So this is just an anomaly, so we're not going to count that. Just by looking at the data, we have deteriorating net income for Cracker Barrel, deteriorating cash flow from operations and free cash flow per share. We're currently sitting on flat top line total revenue sales for the past year. And for some reason, we had a surprise earnings per share. So just by looking at this quarterly data and some of the fundamental analysis, it's not looking good right now. Let's go ahead and check out their website, see what's going on. Okay, so it looks like one of the first things they've done is bring back campfire meals. So these are the campfire meals. First time since 2018 for $10.99. So they got some good deals. Looks like they got some good deals coming in. Uncle Herschel's favorite, guys, but Uncle Herschel is gone.
What?
2 eggs, your choice of meat, 2 sides, biscuits and gravy. R.I.P. Uncle Herschel. Let's be honest, when's the last time you ate at Cracker Barrel? Cinnamon roll skillet. That looks pretty good. $8.49. They have butter pecan sticky buns, wild berry tea. They have lattes now. They're starting to sell coffee. Looks like they're getting into some newer categories. Let's go ahead and check out the balance sheet next. So from the fundamentals we listed earlier, income statement is deteriorating. Cash flow statement is deteriorating. What about the balance sheet? All right, so just by looking at total cash, it's honestly not looking good. The last report on the total cash was 9.8 million. 9.8 million. Just 4 years ago, they had 144 million in cash. And in 2020, they had 437 million in cash. What happened to all the cash? Just look at all this cash they used to hold, and now it's just gone. Let's take a look at their debt. From 2020, they had 900 million in long-term debt, so they cut it down in the past 4 to 5 years, down by half. They're currently sitting on 489 million in long-term debt with 9.8 million in cash. So per year, interest expenses, they're paying about 20 million per year in interest expenses. So now, just by looking at the balance sheet, they do have a deteriorating balance sheet also. When we go back to the cash flow real quick and we're going to change it to annual, they are still producing a lot of cash in the business. That's why they do still pay a dividend. So it looks like they're still okay just because they are bringing in a lot of cash still from the cash flow. It's just been declining year over year. So with their transformation, they did spend 36.6 million in capital expenditures. We ended the quarter with $489 million in debt, 489.4 million, as you could see. Okay, so they do have a revolver, additional debt capacity. So they increased their revolver. They have an additional debt capacity through a delayed draw term loan. They are still able to increase their debt capacity by 800 million. And this company is going to be fine, but they are going to be taking out a lot of debt. They just refinanced their latest 300 million in convertible loan that matures June of 2026. Okay, so this company looks like it's going to be fine just because they have that revolving credit. They won't have any trouble paying off that interest expense. Let's check out some other stuff because I'm still not convinced that this company is pretty undervalued yet. Okay, so 23% of the shares are sold short. They are getting shorted. Someone out there does not like this company and they are shorting the stock. That is a huge short float right here, 23%. They only have 22 million shares outstanding. That's why this thing fluctuates so much because there's not too many shares out there. Oh, here we go. 10%. Okay, so the 10% owner, GMT Capital Corporation, a 10% owner, has been rebuying their shares. That's what so this is what's propping up the stock. Okay. So from April 4th, 2025, looks like GMT Capital Corp has been buying from $35 and they are still currently buying. They hold 2.8 million Cracker Barrel shares. They were heavily buying in April and May. They haven't done so lately. So as you can kind of see from April and May right here, that's what propped up the stock. And from April and May, as you could see, the stock shot up from those repurchases up over 100%. But again, we are currently seeing a drop because of that logo change. Looks like $35 for the year was the bottom for Cracker Barrel. Okay, check that out. Looks like institutional ownership has hit an all-time high for Cracker Barrel. Interesting. Can this stock be a turnaround? I mean, the quick answer is yes, they could always turn things around, but I'm just not convinced yet. Why? I just don't like how total revenue has been flat without any top line total revenue growth. Investors aren't really going to like that. Also, for the past year and a half, free cash flow per share and cash flow from operations has not been stable. It's been up and down, up and down. And cash flow quarterly has been going down year over year. And of course, net income did post positive net income in the quarter 3 2025, but every quarter before that, the net income has been declining year over year. So as of right now, I am not convinced that this stock is undervalued yet. The only things they have going for them right now is the dividend payment that they are still offering their shareholders. Second, they have huge insider buying from one of the direct 10% owners of the company. And Cracker Barrel also has all-time highs on institutional ownership. So with all that being said, I would be a little bit careful with this company, guys. Why? I just don't like how they have $9.8 million in cash and all this debt. All that would need to happen is a recession or another COVID and this thing flops. Yes, they are still making some cash flow from the business and they aren't going anywhere because they do have that revolving credit, but I'm still not convinced. As of right now, I'm thinking they're going to have to cancel this dividend yield to sort of raise some cash. $1.2 billion, guys. $1.2 billion market cap, guys, at $54. I'm just not convinced yet. We're currently at a time where people are trying to save some money. Just from looking at Chipotle, Sweet Greens, Kava, all posting earnings that have been down year over year because there is a slowdown in people eating out. And with Cracker Barrel, I feel like it's going to be in the same category as all these restaurants who are posting pretty bad earnings. Honestly, we're probably in a recession already. No one's just saying anything yet, but there is a slowdown in the restaurant industry. So anyways, guys, new logo change by the new CEO. RIP Old Man Herschel. Cracker Barrel sitting at $54. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Again, people are hating the logo change. Which side are you on? Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos, guys. And thanks for taking the time to watch. We will see you on the next one. Peace.
Here we go.